Welcome to the How to Lead Profitable Retreats Masterclass. I'm super excited to be with you today from also hot Miami, Florida, and sharing my last, decade-ish plus of leading retreats. My first retreat was in, I think, 2010. And I'm so in love with the magic that retreats brings. And I want to share with you today exactly how I've been able to not only lead retreats that are transformational, but how to add an extra 5 figures a month when I lead retreats. So very powerful. I would love to know, and for those of you who are here, tell me what you do if you've already led a retreat, or if you're in the works of it. You could just put in the chat or in the comments, like I was sharing earlier. There you go. Sweet. Okay. So I'm going to start sharing my screen in a minute. But I just want to welcome everybody who's here and everybody, like I said, in the Facebook group. Okay. Boom. So you guys are going to excuse me. Well, not really excuse me. You're going to be co-creating with me. I found a couple of typos in our presentation. So if I have to make a ninja change right from the start, yoga and Pilates teacher, day-long retreats. And oh, awesome, Jennifer. Congrats on your weekend retreat. I love that. And remind us where you're at again. Yeah, I know you're in somewhere beautiful in the Caribbean. Yeah, if you guys want to let me know where you're at. There you go. There's Yvonne. Perfect. So one of the reasons why I am so adamant about, no worries, why I'm so adamant about having this statement right on this homepage is how to grow your income without expensive marketing or having a huge following. And I'll tell you that retreats or retreats that are trainings are such a powerful way to create high ticket cash injections, right? High ticket, because most of the time when we're leading retreats, we can be looking forward to about $800 to $1,500 to $2,000 profit per person. So you could see how maybe one retreat with 3 people can create a $3,000 cash injection into your business, right? That's the goal. That's what we're looking to create. That's what we're looking to do. Yes, yeah, beautiful. Okay, so I want to welcome everybody, and thank you for spending your time with me today. I know we're all busy. And you can tell I am super excited. I love doing what I do. I love sharing all this knowledge. I love sharing anything that's going to help propel more wellness into the world. So you guys are super dialed into my dharma, my mission. And yes, I always ask, these things that are like constant chatter, just flip them over. You don't have to get rid of them. And obviously don't scroll, because I do want to give you good information. I want you to take notes. I want you to learn from this. And let's focus, turn on our drishti, and get excited with me. So if you're a yogi, a coach, and you've maybe had the idea and have been overwhelmed by the idea of leading retreats, you're in the right place. If you're a wellness expert and you're looking to grow your practice and income, that also goes right from one-on-one to many. So this is scalable. You're scared leading retreats might not work for you, and you're just not sure how it all works. Yeah. And a lot of what I teach is what you don't learn in teacher training. I know some of you are in trainings right now, like in Ayurveda school, they're not going to teach you about business. They're not going to teach you about retreats. In teacher training, I've led dozens, and we never really talked about retreats. So this is why you're here, hopefully, right? And many of you want to impact more and earn a great living, travel, and potentially also have more freedom. So if that's you, then You know, give me a thumbs up or give me a heck yes, raise your hands, clap, do a little dance for yourself, all the things. The more we embody, the better our results. And like I said, I'm going to show you things that are very digestible. Like I'm all about clarity. I'm the queen of clarity, if anything. And I'm also a kick-ass strategist. So there we go. And honestly, right? Like I know this slide is powerful because when I decided to become a yoga teacher, when I decided to become a health coach, I wasn't like, I'm gonna do this for the money. I did it because I wanted to change my life. I was working in marketing, in design, in advertising, photography, like in the creative world. And I saw this as a vehicle to also give me freedom and not leave the world without a legacy of wellness, right? But what I realized very soon in the beginning of my wellness journey, I started teaching yoga in 2005, when I was 25 years old, is that I was like, oh, wait. I got to make some moves. If not, I'm not going to have the nice apartment that I want. I'm not going to have the nice car that I want. And not that those things aren't, they might be shallow, but they were important to me. But I really wanted to travel. That was my thing. I was like, I just want to travel. I've been to 35 countries. So I'm like a certified, I know the world. Okay. And like I said, my promise today is to give you value. I go to webinars all the time. I've been leading webinars. I'm a certified webinar trainer, and webinars that are just a bunch of fluff, they piss me off. So hopefully you'll walk away with at least enough information to get your retreat started. Okay. So goals. I want to really show you that this is a great way to grow your teaching and coaching business. I'm going to present to you the opportunities to achieve your personal and financial goals quicker. Why retreats make sense for depth and impact, you can already imagine, but we're going to go into it a little bit deeper. And I'm going to also show you how to monetize. And this is where one of the typos, but it's okay. I'm going to show you how to monetize the retreats in a different and bigger way to match your business goals quicker. So I saw a video of Eddie Murphy today. Do we all know who Eddie Murphy is? Raise your hands, type yes in the chat. And he said, the average lifespan is 75 years. That's 75 summers, 75 springs, 75 falls, 75 winters, 75 birthdays. When you look at the number 75, it's really not that much. So why not make those 75 memorable and live the life that you want to do the things that you want to do? And I thought that was just very impactful. I listened to that today and I was like, yep. And I'm already halfway, more than halfway from those 75. And I was like, oh yeah, we got to make this count. But who this is not for, I'm not saying you leave, but just consider, if your business is a hobby, if you don't take it seriously, because I always say you do business to generate income, you have a hobby to just have fun, right? So, oh, great. I'm just reading the chat. Thank you. Business owners who aren't ready to lead. Because retreats are a lot about leadership. It's internal leadership and external leadership. Okay? You just started your business and you have zero experience. So if you're like, oh, I just got certified as a 200-hour yoga teacher and I graduated a month ago, you maybe should not be leading retreats. You should go to some. Okay. I'm a big proponent. We all have stages in our business and in our experience. And you maybe get upset or offended when somebody gives you 60 minutes of free content and then you make an offer. So hopefully you guys won't get hurt when I tell you all about my program. Whoa, just going crazy. What's going on? Okay, back at it. Boom. So I just want to start by sharing that retreats don't have to mean getting on a plane to Bali and taking people all across the world. They can, and I've done that. This was my client, Leah, and her first retreat was a weekend meditation training. It was a training retreat with people led in her home. And she said it brought more than what she makes in a month teaching. 3 days brought her more than what she makes in a month in her weekly classes. And now she's hosting her second one. So she said, thanks, Ari, for pushing me to lead. Okay. And like I said, you might want to stay till the end because I do have always goodies for everybody. And just very quickly, this is another one of my clients, Zoe. She's an acro yoga teacher. If you guys don't know, I was a world-renowned acro yoga teacher, so very close to my heart. And Chloe led her first retreat when she was 25 years old. She had already been teaching for quite a few years. And she led a retreat to Vanuatu. Do you guys know where Vanuatu is? It's in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, like in the middle of nowhere. And that was what she was like, that's where I'm leading my retreat. And I was like, Chloe, go for it. And now she's rocking and rolling with the rest of her business. And you know what I think I'm missing? I'm missing the who am I slides. Oh no, okay, they're coming. I was like, but I really want to imagine, just sit with it. I know some of you are driving, please don't close your eyes, but just imagine for a moment, right? What would it look like if while you made more money and you lived life more on your own terms? What would that look like for you? And what would that extra experience and revenue do? Because retreats are big experiences, not just as a receiver, but as a leader. They change you, right? So what would that look like for you? And then what would it look like if you showed up as a leader? Because I'll tell you, in my experience, what happened is that I considered myself like almost like a freelancer. I wasn't like, oh, I'm a leader. But the first retreat that I did, there was something inside me that shifted, and that it made me feel like I was here to the word control is not correct because we have control of absolutely nothing in our lives, but that I was here for like on a mission. And that felt really cool. So if that's what you are wanting to do, and you're like, I'm going to find more depth in my mission, then boom. And how about when you really know how to set up your business correctly with the steps to follow, right? Think about that. Like if you look at your business right now from the eyes of a outsider, would that make a difference for you? If you're like, ooh, I got my marketing on point, I got my this on point, I got my like sales on point. And obviously results are not typical, like just because you guys show up here, it doesn't mean that you're going to lead your first retreat and come home with 5 figures, like, right? But I'm going to show you exactly how I've done that for myself. And because you could watch this training and get absolutely 0 results. But like I said, I'm here to support, but I got to say this because I don't make false expectations. And this is not a get rich quick. And we do have to work hard. Okay, so this is me now. Okay, so I'm Peruvian, so I'm an immigrant to the United States. I've been here for now 33 years. I had a really rough childhood with autoimmune disease. I'm super goofy. I don't know if you guys, I'm very serious, but I'm also super goofy. And in the past, 15, 17 years that I've been teaching, like I said, I have over 15 years of teaching all over the world. Literally, I've taught in almost every single continent. I've taught in Africa. I've taught in Europe several times, North America, South America. I've taught in India. I'm missing the Antarctica and Australia. I owned an award-winning studio here in Miami for many years. I've led tons of trainings, retreats, immersions for almost a decade. I have over 20 years in advertising and photography. Like I said, creative marketing. I still have a boutique marketing agency, and I'm cum laude, so I'm super smart, but I love to teach. And I also own the Yoga Expo, which is the largest yoga conference in the United States. I'm a best-selling 2-times author, and I've taught over 1,000 people how to grow their business. So maybe you want to listen to me. But you're not alone. Okay. This is literally like, I know what you've gone through and I get it. If you have struggled in the hustle, and you've wanted more, if you're like, "Oh, there's something else there for me," I've gone through that. And I wasn't in the right business model. So even though our studio was one of the top studios in Miami when it was open, I was a slave to my studio and I was high functioning depressed all the time. I didn't realize it when I was in it because I was so busy. I had no time. And usually I'm, like a go-lucky happy girl. So your business model, right? Like if you're in your business and your business isn't doing what you want it to do, or if maybe you're still doing like a 9 to 5, or when I was in advertising, it was 9 to 8. And, and you're looking to move out of that, then this could be a great conversation. I had a lot of limiting beliefs, thinking that I wasn't ready and that I wasn't that other person, right? Like other teachers who are more experienced than I was, teachers who, especially, for example, when I owned the studio and my business partner at that time said, "Hey, we need to do a teacher training." I was like, "Teacher training? I don't think I'm ready to teach a teacher training." And she was like, "Ari, how many years have you been teaching?" And that was 2013. I had been teaching since 2005. She's like, "You don't think you could lead people through a 200-hour?" So I always had that like second guess, and I still have it because maybe I'm also a eternal student. But I was stressed and I was burnt out. Okay. So if you've ever felt this, I hear you. Okay? And this is my life now, right? I have a beautiful baby girl, 3.5-year-old. I get to lead hundreds of people at my shows. I speak at conventions and conferences. I have a beautiful husband. And, retreats have really been a very integral part of all this. All right, so what we're going to cover today. Apparently nothing. Okay. Step 1, how a retreat can help you elevate your wellness business profit by the thousands. How creating the perfect retreat that aligns with your business goals and gets you closer to your dream lifestyle. How to set the right price for your retreat to ensure that you walk away with a profitable venture. How to attract your ideal customer by crafting the perfect curriculum that speaks directly to their needs and desires, and how to set up your retreat to be part of your bigger 6-figure business. And the word 6-figure business, I want you to, if you don't have it yet, or if you feel maybe like, oh, that's a lot of money, or I don't know, that this is going to be your relationship with money conversation that we get to have. That's a good goal to have. 6 figures is a good goal to have. Multiple 6 figures is a good goal to have. Why? Because at the end of the day, life is expensive. And you don't want to, like we just said, right? There's only 75 things that we get to experience, 75 years, maybe 80. Live the heck out of them. And money just makes it all easier. It's not a source of happiness. It's not an end goal, but it's a tool. Okay. So there's a big problem that I've seen in our wellness industry. One of them is pricing. We underprice, over deliver. That's a big problem. Okay. And that stems from us, but it also is strategic. Another problem is that when we set up retreats, and I say we because I've been there with you, we don't negotiate. There's a lot of leveraging that you can do as a retreat leader where you're maybe seeing, you might be missing out on money, like leaving money on the table. Another problem is that some of us, including myself, don't know how to sell. And sales is the only way you make money. Marketing is not how you make money. Selling is how you make money. And if these words, marketing and sales, like make your spine like, right? Again, this is what we're here to do today. Okay. But there's a solution. We get to know the strategy. We get to change our mindset. We get to understand the framework, the blueprint, so that each of those pieces feels congruent, feels like there's alignment. And I don't say the word alignment just because we're talking about yoga. Like, it really should be aligned to how you work. There's a method, right, to the madness. So how can a retreat help you elevate your wellness biz profit by the thousands? And you guys, my door is going to break down my door. Please excuse me. Okay. 1 second. All right. So these, this are pictures of some of my retreats. This was Bali, the top right-hand corner. Oops. This was Nicaragua or Guatemala. The bottom one was Nicaragua, and then Puerto Rico. And they've all been so different, so powerful, and so amazing. But in order for us to have these pictures, because we all want these pictures, right? We want, like, I got engaged in my yoga retreat to Nicaragua. So just to say how powerful retreats can be, right? We want these memories. But for that, we need to know what your vision is. Like, what is your 5-year vision for your business? For your life? What is it? Have you thought about it? I like to do vision mapping at least once a year. I just did my 10-year vision because I usually do like 12 months. I just did my 10 and I was like, wow, in 10 years, I'm going to be 53. What do I want my life and my business to look like? Right? The second thing you need you don't need to do this. You want to do this. Okay. So I don't live from need. I live from desire. So what's your value? Because this relates directly how you price things and how you sell yourself, because the clarity around your value is going to be what dictates your success. Number 3 here is you got to step into your magic. Right? If you're here to lead, if you're here to guide, if you're here to mentor, if you're here to transform others, then you have to be fully immersed in your magic. Because the only way that you are going to, next point, manifest your desires is through action. So you need to be ready to take action. Even if it's a little messy, even if it's not perfect, this is part of the process. And you have to create the correct container for all of this to happen. So there's 2 containers. There's an internal container, and then there's the external container, which is your retreat. Because there's lots of different kinds of retreats. We got to pick the right one for you. Okay? So what is your vision? What is that if I wish, right? Or I wish I could have, I wish I could be, I wish I could do. If you can answer that with clarity, I wish I could lead people in magical places. I wish I could stay in my hometown and lead a retreat here so I don't have to go anywhere. I wish my business could double what it did last year. I would love to see what your wishes are, because the more that we speak our truth, speak our desires, our heart desires, the closer we get to achieving them. So you can put them in the comments, put them in the chat below. And look, my first retreat, that was when I showed you guys the picture to Puerto Rico. I was kind of a new teacher and I didn't have it all together, but I got 25 people to show up to an island in the Caribbean. And it was the coolest retreat I've done because it was so different. It was camping, it was low budget, it was super roots. And then I've done, luxury retreats in Thailand. And now I have a luxury retreat in Mexico, which you're all invited to, by the way. Okay? So I know you can do this too. Because the mindset is everything. Like, think about the mindset that you adopt for you as a teacher or a coach. Right? Like, I remember my first yoga class that I taught, it was Ashtanga yoga in 2005. My teacher asked me to sub for her. I hadn't even done a teacher training. She was like, hey, are you coming to class? And I was like, of course. She's like, well, you're teaching. And I was like, say what? And right then and there, I had to change my mindset. One, I didn't want to like, how do you say, like decepcionar, like disappoint my teacher. And two, I didn't want to disappoint myself. So right away, I had to change my mindset and lead. Right? I didn't consider myself a leader, but I needed to lead at least that class. The leadership aspect came after, as I immersed myself in, deeper teachings. So have the bigger vision for what's possible. And here's a fun exercise. Look at yourself in the mirror and have a big, bold statement. For example, I'm a 7-figure earner, because that's my big vision, 7-figure earner, well, multiple 7-figure earner. But see, look what I just did. My big vision is 7-figure earner, fully knowing that I want to be a multiple 7-figure earner. So that would be the first thing, right? Look at yourself in the mirror, say the statement, and then look how many times you edit yourself. Look how many times pardon my French, the itty bitty shitty committee comes in and starts being like, no, multiple 7 figures. What's wrong with you? You would need so many more students, blah, 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 blah. Right? Know that you're totally qualified. And like I said, if you just graduated from teacher training yesterday, maybe taking 25 people to Bali for a week and leading might not be the smartest place for you to put your time into. But if you've been teaching for a couple of years consistently, you have experience leading, holding space, know that you're totally qualified. Allow yourself to stand out as a leader. Position yourself to hold space and guide others without fear. And know that you're here for a reason, right? To serve and shine. Because you have to trust. You have to trust in the process, and you have to trust in yourself. And like I said, you're not alone, right? You're not here to figure all this out on your own. There's guides, there's mentors, there's resources, because you want to let experience teach you versus fear stop you. Okay. Another thing that we see is what are the patterns and stories that don't serve you? Notice what limiting beliefs you have around money, success, abundance, and yourself. And the reason why I'm pre-framing this class with all this is because without this, the marketing strategy that I get to teach you won't have power. So we're here to be in an empowered state. Okay. Now we're going to get into some logistics. So there's lots of different kinds of retreats. There's VIP style retreats. So for example, I lead day-long VIP retreats, business growth, one-to-one, right? Like let's say Christina or Jennifer or any of you here were like, oh, I really want to be able to work with Ari for a day. That's something that I get to do. You come to Miami, we go to somewhere super cool, super posh, we enjoy the day. But that's a retreat. Rest and relaxation retreats, where you basically just go and chill and do some yoga or do some transformation, some breath work. There's up leveling your skill sets retreats, like a certification. So for example, next year I'm leading a business mastery retreat, right? Where you're going to up level your skills. I don't know when yet, but just mark it in your calendar for you guys to come. Then there's retreats where we get to immerse, right? And maybe you're not walking out with a certification, but you're going to do work. You're not there to go take a canoe trip and then go walk on the beach and then climb a volcano. No, you're there to do some work. So this is great if you're a coach. This is not that you can't do it with a yoga teacher. I've done these. I've done 5-day retreats where it wasn't certification, but it was a progressive learning, and we worked. Okay. Non-residential retreats. So for example, this is something we are doing in January, is a 2-day, and we're going to build funnels. I know it's not super exciting for some of you, but funnels are super useful. So we're going to be doing a weekend retreat where we're going to get to It's called like build a funnel in a day over a weekend, but it's non-residential. Okay. And then you could do mini retreats, like half day, like Jennifer, right, showed. Because again, you can make thousands of dollars with a handful of people. For example, imagine that you did, like for example, my VIP days are $2,000. Imagine I did 3 of those in a quarter. 3, that's $6,000 with 3 people. Minus whatever expenses, okay? But you get the gist, okay? So one simple retreat can bring you at least $1,500. Like who here wouldn't want an extra $1,500 in cash injection into your business? Who here wants it? Raise your hand. Like, and if I don't care if you're sitting at your desk, just do it because you're embodying the desire. So it really helps, okay? Imagine that was 10 people at $200. Yes, thank you. Yes, Christina, thank you guys. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so that's, imagine that you put a profit, so net, right, of $200, 10 people. Or 10 people at $1,000 for 3 days, like 5 people at $2,000 for 5. Like we can create the math to match what you want. We can do that. We get to do that. Okay, so the second part of this is that we're creating the ideal retreat that aligns with your business goals. Oh, wait, somebody's coming in. Okay, and gets you closer to your dream lifestyle. This is a must. Sorry, like if you are not doing this, right? If you're not finding the retreat and in general business, right? Like this, I know this webinar is all about retreats, but it's revenue for your business. And you guys know I'm a business coach, right? So it doesn't matter what you know, it matters what you do. If you don't apply something, it's wasted knowledge, and action is critical for success. We talked about this as one of the tenets, right? The most successful people often aren't any smarter or more talented. They just actually do the things everyone else talks about doing. So this quote, like, put it in your pocket, screenshot it, okay? Because it's very, very, very true. A lot of people dream about retreats. A lot of people dream about starting an online business. And then it's like the time that we have to do the work. They're like, oh, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to post on social media, Ari. Well, then how are people going to find out about your thing? We literally, so right before this webinar, so I have a coaching program, the Evolve Digital CEO, and we were on our Tech Thursday, where we talk about tech and systems, automations, like all that fun stuff, right? That's like my wheelhouse. And we were talking about Sandra's like opt-in. She's like, Ari, no one's joining my email list through my opt-in. And I was like, well, are you sharing it on social media? She's like, no. And I was like, so how are people going to know that it exists? She's like, oh, it's on my website. I'm like, well, are you driving traffic to your website? Not really. I'm like, oh, so do you think if we made some shifts on this by showing up differently, by marketing a little differently, maybe spending some ad budget, that would change? She's like, probably. I was like, there we go. Problem solved. All right. So it's action. And this is why the motto of my business is be, create, inspire, because it really starts with who you're willing to be. Are you willing to be bold? Are you willing to be more visible? Are you willing to be open to learning? And when it comes to retreats, it really is about being. All right. So we need to understand the different styles of retreats. We talked about them to get different results. And this is where I love to map out like client journeys and business journeys. Also, we need to really define who your ideal client is. And are they waiting to say yes? Like every single one of you here is like, I know a lot of you here, Victoria, Jennifer, Christina. We've either talked, interacted in the past. You're my ideal client because you guys are still on my mailing list. It's amazing. Thank you. right? But like, think about this. Like, who is that person for you? Who are your ideal clients that like maybe the, one-on-one wasn't for them, but they're like, ooh, right, Christina's having a retreat. Like, that sounds good for me. I've had people on my list in my audience, we're going to call them in my tribe. I don't like the word tribe, right? I like the word audience or my community, that I was their first yoga teacher and they stayed. There was something about me that they just stayed on my list. They stayed in my social media and they weren't ready to like start a business when I shifted. Like when I shifted business from like being full yoga teacher and full like wellness coach to being business coach, I was super scared because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have to start from zero. And yeah, I lost a lot of people and a lot of people stayed. And some people were like, Ari, like, I know like your messaging, like it wasn't really right for me, but I wasn't ready to start a business 5 years ago, but I'm starting a business now. And I've had people that's happened to. So it's really up to us to understand that your ideal client is waiting to say yes to one of your offers. And it's up to us, right, as marketers, as like ninja sales, service providers, to put the right offer in front of them, to create the right container for them to say yes to. But for that, you need to sell things, okay? Just reminding you. Okay, just wanted to throw that out there. Giving results is the gateway to success. And this ties along with step number 5, because the results can start even before the retreat comes. You can already start giving value. You can already be loving up on people. You can already be nurturing relationships. Okay. And just FYI, again, screenshot this, write this down, tattoo it in your forearm. Commitment means staying loyal to what you said you were going to do long before the mood you set it in has left you. Okay, so I'm not going to read that again. I'm going to now put it into practical. Oh my God, I'm so excited to lead a retreat. You're in the shower. You're getting this like download from the universe. Like you know where you want to lead it. You're like, Bali is calling my name. I'm so excited. And then you're like, oh, fudge. What do I do now? How do I do this? Oh my God, I have to get people. It's going to cost me so much money. The retreat center, it's like $700 per person. I have to put the deposit next week. I don't have that money. What happened to the mood? Bye. You're now unmotivated or scared. And FYI, if fear is a thing that like a word that like creeps its ugly head, I think it's a really great podcast episode on it. I'll share it with you all. It like dropped yesterday. Okay, but this is true. How many times have you been like, oh, I'm so excited. And then like the how part comes in and you're like, oh, I'm not excited anymore. I'm just going to push it to the back burner. I'll do that later when I have more time. I'll do that later when I know how to do it. Or maybe I'm just not going to do it. I'm not ready. Nobody's going to come. Okay. Screw that. Look, I just said I don't like the word tribe, and there it is. Okay. This is where I get to own community. Okay. So we're going to do a little exercise. Okay, great. Oh, yes. I love what you guys are writing. The I wish. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, I'm going to screenshot it because I love this. I'm just going to keep it in my heart. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right, let's go back. Slideshow. Okay, so connect with your community, AKA marketing. First of all, if you don't identify your ideal client, this is called your ICA, your ideal client avatar. If you haven't taken the time to do this, it's really powerful work. We're not going to get to do a lot of it today, but what I am going to leave you with, what I'm going to leave you with is know your clients, not only demographics, they're 35 years old, single mom, is a lawyer, like those kinds of things. What you, I love that, Jennifer. What you want to do is understand the psychographics, their problems, their desires. Like, you know what I just had you guys do, the I wish statement? Do that for your ideal clients, what we call your level 10 client. The people that will love you, the people that will invest in you, the people that will say yes to you, the people that if you say jump, they just say how high, right? It's like, for example, I just started seeing a new doctor, an osteopathic doctor. I had been like searching for like a kind of integrative medicine doctor. I went to see him and he was like, okay, we're going to do this blood work there. You're going to start taking the supplements. What did I do? I said, yes. I was like so excited. I was like, whatever you need me to do. Right? I'm his ideal client. I'm like super nerdy. I love it when he explains like physical things to me, the way the body works and all the things. I love natural remedies. I'm his ideal client. Like, done. I don't have to go see another doctor. So identify who your ideal client is so that you can market and create things for them. And really at the end of the day, you know what you do? You then survey people. You talk to your ideal client. You ask them questions. Hey, I'm thinking about doing a retreat. What would an ideal retreat look like for you? If I'm not wrong, Victoria, if I remember, and you work with like older peoples. Yes? Yep. See, I remember. So would your older crowd want to go on like some adventure retreat to China? Maybe not, right? But maybe they'd go to Colorado, to a beautiful cabin, right? Or something like this. Or maybe they don't even want to leave anywhere. They want to have a really cool experience in your hometown. So, but you don't know if you don't ask. There's Zoe Deschanel. But look, what are their challenges? What are their goals? How do they communicate? So let's say your average client, your level 10 client, you're like, oh my God, I love working with these people. I help them so much, right? They're not on TikTok. And you're like, and you talk to a business mentor and they were like, you got to go on TikTok. TikTok is the new place to go. Go create community on TikTok, go. Right? Or maybe you saw it somewhere. Maybe you were on TikTok and somebody said that TikTok was the place to be. But none of your clients are on TikTok. So now you've just wasted a ton of time. Maybe your clients who are 70 are on Facebook. Like my mom's 70, she's on Facebook. Right? Or maybe they're on what's it called? LinkedIn, because they're professionals. And they're on, like, that's where they hang out. So understanding how they communicate so that you can put, especially let's say you're running ads. Let's say you run ads and you're going to run Instagram ads, but most of your people are really, even though like Meta, right? Instagram and Facebook, but you can say, nope, I only want this to show on Facebook. How much money do they have? So if your average client is a middle-class American, maybe it's a mom with 3 kids and she's a teacher and her husband is a professional accountant. That's your ideal client. You love working with them and then you say ultra luxury retreat to Thailand. You're gonna be like, I can't go to that. But she needs something, right? She needs a break. It's very important. You never create programs to what you think, or right? When I say programs, retreats, courses, trainings, anything, you never create programs for what you think people need. You start with what they want and then you deliver what they need. Okay. So write that down again. And then what makes them happy at the end of the day? Oh, there's me. So what's your specialty? Okay. What are you going to bring that's special and different? What's going to make your retreat different than my retreat? What are your goals for the experience? How are you going to communicate this? Like when you're doing your marketing, okay? And what's going to create a win for you? Right? What will make any of this like you're like, yes, that is a win? Is it money? Is it that you're like, I don't even care if I make money. I just want my vacation paid for. I've been really wanting to go to Barbados. And I don't care if I make $300, but if my plane ticket was covered, I got a break, right? That could be a mega win for you. And I'll be honest, I've had retreats like that where I didn't make a lot of money, but I was able to pay for an extra long vacation. Like one of my retreats to Costa Rica, I didn't make a ton of money. I made maybe like $2,000 or $3,000. But I was able to stay in Costa for like 5-6 days after with my husband. That was a win. Okay. So you want to talk to your people. And again, how are you speaking to them? And not the actual words, but are you sending newsletters? Are you staying top of mind? Are you on social media? Again, the platform that they're on. Are you giving valuable information? Are you making that like know, like, and trust factor real? And are you like literally asking them? Maybe like you personally email somebody or you send them a DM, like how are you connecting with people? We actually just had a whole training yesterday on what's called prospecting. It does not sound sexy or fun at all, but like, honestly, talking to people is magical. And that's what prospecting is at the end of the day. Okay. So if we just take a moment to listen versus read this slide, you have 3 types of audiences. You have your hot audience. Like, again, like Victoria, hot audience, Jennifer, hot, like you guys know me. You've been on these things. We've actually talked on the phone, like you're my hot audience. Then you have your warm audience, like maybe Melanie, maybe we've never spoken on the phone. So you know of me, right? You know of me. And you're like, okay, I kind of like her, maybe not, but I'm still here. So yes. And then you have your cold audiences, people who've never heard of you. So the messaging, the marketing, the conversation from each of these people is quite different. Somebody that's never heard of me, I have to work so much longer to earn their trust. So what am I doing for that, right? But most likely the people that are going to come on your retreat or sign up for your training or your program, these are the people that love and trust you. So make sure when you're marketing, make it easy for them. And it's called being omnipresent: social, email, DM, lives, text messaging. Boom. Okay. Also, when we're marketing, forget the hows. Okay. If anything, write down this formula: features plus benefits equals results. The features lead to benefits. So for example, and I'll share about my actual program with you guys more in depth towards the end of this, but let's say I start telling you, so my Profitable Retreats course and live training that consists of, X amount of modules with these like extra bonuses are going to help you know how to lead a retreat from start to end, create curriculum that transform lives, know how to sell this retreat through email marketing and social media. You see what I mean? The features inform the benefits. But nobody cares how. Like if let's say, and you might have heard me say this before, you watch a commercial for Viagra. No one cares how it's making things work. The people that buy Viagra just know that it's going to make the thing work. And the commercial shows pictures of like the man and woman like running through a field or drinking wine in a jacuzzi. That's it. You don't care that the pill is going down into your system and it's like doing whatever it's doing, turning on some sort of hormone or disactivating some other thing. Like no one cares. You just want the results. So this is one of my good friends and client. She said the first training she ever ran, she had 14 people paying $2,500. She was like, I was so scared, but I did it anyways. And it was the most memorable experience. So she said, thanks, Ari, I was able to stay focused. And she coached me the entire way. Oh, and did I mention I brought home $18,000 over 4 months? So this was a teacher training that included a retreat. It was super cool. Step 3, how to set the right price for a retreat to ensure that you walk away with profits. Woo! Okay. profits. We forget about that word. And even in marketing, like I hear a lot of people being like, I have a 7-figure business. And I'm like, those are 7 figures of revenue. Tell me how much you paid yourself in your paycheck this month. Okay. Ideally, we set ourselves up to have at least a 35% profit margin in how we're running our business. Okay. So if you're anything above 35%, you're super winning. But if you're under 35%, you are cutting it close. Okay. So pricing your retreat based on your value means you only need the right people. So I'm going to put an example of, I just saw a retreat to Palm Springs. And it's like a brand and business retreat for CEOs. Okay, so she was very clear with this. It's like CEO retreat, Palm Springs, November, it was like 4 days, maybe 5 days, regardless, 4 or 5 days. And it was 2 ladies. Guess how much the price was? Just drop some numbers in the chat. I'd love to see what you guys think. Let me see. Anybody? Even if you're watching the Facebook, how much do you think a 5-day retreat for CEOs? It was a business and branding, CEO women to be precise, in Palm Springs. 2,500. Okay, Victoria. 3,500, Jennifer. 1,000, Christina. No, 10,000. Sorry, not wearing my glasses. 12,000. Okay, it was $8,000. $8,000. I have a friend who's also my mentor. He charges 10,000 for a day, but he makes 8-figure businesses. So if I told you that, right, and it's kind of easier to do with business, like, you know, you can like literally put like apples to apples. If I told you that by paying me $10,000 to spend the day with me, you're going to have a business plan that would make you $100,000. That seems like a really good investment. It's a 10x. So when we're in the wellness world, this is a little different. How do you value yourself? Well, I'm going to give you a few tips. 1, experience. There's nothing like experience. Like David, like I just said, he charges 10,000 for the day. He's been doing this for like 30 years. He's been in the marketing world. Like, and again, he has a roster of clients that makes millions of dollars. Even as a yoga teacher, right? For example, then, like I said, that's one of them. I had a student who had been doing yoga for 15 years. And she said to me, Ari, I can't touch my toes in standing forward bend without bending my knees. I was like, but you're so flexible. What's going on? That's so weird. I was like, all right, let me see. And in maybe 3 seconds, I was able to have her touch her toes without bending her knees. She just wasn't activating her quadricep. That was it. But I knew that because I had been teaching for a decade. Maybe somebody else who didn't have experience or had touched thousands of people would have maybe, right, been like, I don't know, maybe try this, try that. Like maybe it would have taken them 10 minutes. Okay, so experience and knowledge and wisdom begets speed and depth. So that's one way that you can price based upon your value. 2, it can also be the actual experience. Like how many things are you doing on the retreat? Like, are you going to a mountain? Are you going to the thing? Are you getting a spa treatment? Is the place fancy? Like, right? So there's a lot of things that I lost my presentation. There's a lot of things that can, I totally lost my presentation. I'll bring it back. Don't worry. This is it. Yes. Okay. And that will help you price things. Okay. So let me go back. Thank you, Lord, for the computers. Okay. So you only need the right people. Another thing that you do is that you sell it first. And this is what I do with all my programs, unless they're already built, right? If I'm launching a new program, I sell it first and I build it later. That's it. Okay? And then think about sales as service, not as like, oh, I'm, trying to sell you something you don't want. Like if anybody here wants to come to my Mexico retreat, like you want it. Now, the next thing is just conversation, because I know that if you come to Mexico, you're going to walk away a different person, guaranteed. And you see how I'm super confident saying that? Like I say guaranteed. Okay. Because at the end of the day, sales, first of all, is a form of currency exchange. You have a relationship with money that's underlying. So we always look at that first. But like, how do you feel about asking people for $3,000? Does that make you like want to throw up in your mouth a little bit? Or do you feel like you don't deserve it? Or you're like, cool, yeah, I could ask people for $20,000. I actually had my biggest sale. I enrolled in, because I have like a boutique creative and marketing agency. It was a $20,000 proposal. And I was, scared to death, but I sent it and I sold it. But if I had that, like, oh, who's going to pay me $20K? Somebody will. And they did. And it was awesome. I had a party by myself, but I had a party. I celebrated. Okay. So then we find a retreat, a wellness center that is flexible and willing to work with you. Here's the thing. Okay. And this is what a lot of people don't share with you. And something that I've been really blessed is that I get to collaborate and learn from so many people. So my friend Courtney, who works in the hospitality industry, she said this to me. She said, Ari, you know that retreat centers want you. I was like, yes. She's like, no, you can negotiate. You can ask them for things. You can so let's say a retreat center says, it's going to be this price. Well, you can say then, okay, well, can you throw in a free room? Oh, well, okay, well, I'm talking to other retreat centers and they said that they're willing to do this. They want their place booked. Now, if a place is booked a year in advance, maybe you don't have as much negotiation power, but this is why there's so many places, right? So you got to understand their cancellation policies. You got to make them be flexible. Like, what's the profit share? What are extra perks? Like maybe they give you a free massage. Maybe they give you something, okay? They want your business. Forget about this one. We just talked about it. Okay, but pricing made simple so you can make money. That's what we want. So again, think about, I know you want to operate your business from a 35% profit margin, but for retreats, you almost want a 50% margin. So I always start with a 50% upsell. Okay, so for example, this is some of my retreats. Okay, 7-day luxury retreat to Thailand. We had it was myself and a co-teacher. We had $9,500 in profit. It was a little less, but something around those lines. Okay, and the retreat we only charged $2,750. 7-day retreat to Bali. We did $5,000 in profit each. It was 3 of us, and we only charged $2,300 per person. Obviously, this is before the world went into inflation, but still, you can, right? Even who here wouldn't mind $5K extra in your bank account for a week in Bali? Like I would. Okay. 5-day immersion in New York City. It was non-residential, $7,000 in profit, 2 teachers, so $7,000 each. All right, so these are good numbers, right? You guys could see this. Yes, Jennifer, I so hear you. Oh, okay, Kelly, I love it. So people support you because you also have given 110%. So take a moment to like allow yourself to receive and make one of the ways that you receive, other than purpose, other than fulfillment, because those are words that we love to use. Allow yourself to receive as money. I don't care what you do with that money. You can go and donate it to your favorite cause. You can go buy yourself a new car. You can go buy your kids whatever they need. Because now, of course, I have a child, right? Like I don't buy myself anything. It's all for her. But that's great. I've already been selfish for most of my life. I get to I get to share with her. I don't know if you guys can hear this or if it even works. It does work. Can you hear this? You can't hear it?
I was
Can you hear it
doing so
now?
many things. I was a yoga teacher, acro yoga teacher, Thai massage specialist, henna artist. And one of the things that she noticed is that I needed to focus in one thing, just one thing that brings me passion, joy, and also abundance. Looking at my strengths, we figured out that my dharma is in service to teach and give therapies in Thai massage. And now I'm compromised with the education of massage therapy in Puerto Rico and the United States. 1 month after I started the BC Yogi program, my income tripled. Yes, tripled. And it was so exciting for me to see my bank account growing, doing exactly what I love.
She'll tell you how great I am. Okay. But literally, like, you can triple your income in a month. Why not? Yes, I love it. Okay. So the last step, right, is attract your ideal customers by crafting the perfect retreat curriculum that speaks directly to their needs and desires. So this is where the marketing comes in. Okay? Connections marketing, relationships are marketing. Your curriculum sets up the marketing message, and being specific and niche is your golden ticket. Okay. So you want people doing this, raising their hands, raising their hands. This is what you want. They're like, yes, I want to come. Yes, I want to come. Like, we just had a woman book the retreat to Mexico, and she was like, I saw this and it's immediately like, it just spoke to me, and she then brought her friend. That's what we want, right? And I didn't even know her. So we want to create a marketing flow that helps you be seen and help move people from interested to committed. So you want to think about 5 to 6 month timelines to start marketing. These are things that you're going to want. You're going to want a website event. So a page on your website that describes the retreat, that is very clear. You want to write the design and the theme to look and feel for the retreat. If your retreat's at the Caribbean, you don't want, stuff that's like black and gold. I don't know. So just the aesthetics of things need to make sense. Also with your personal brand. You're going to want to share the event on Facebook, Instagram, photos and videos that answer questions and objections. You're going to want to do info sessions or webinars around the retreat. So like maybe you've seen some of my marketing. We've been doing info sessions almost monthly for the retreat. And then you're going to want to promote with nurture email, social media, and ads. Ads are great. In general, if you're wanting to get more business, marketing budgets are a real thing. I have a whole blog on it. I can always share it with you guys. And then about 4 weeks before the retreat, so there's people that are like, yes, right away. And then there's the lurkers, the people that don't say like yes until the last minute. And we love those people. And right, this is where you're like chewing your fingernails. You're like, like our retreat in Costa Rica last summer, I had somebody sign up the day before. The day before. We're like, sure, we'll take you. Okay. And really, you want your retreats to be part of your bigger 6-figure business. Can you bundle it so that it's part of a training, or perhaps it's a part of a bigger program? So like I was sharing with you guys, other than the profitable retreats, I run a coaching program. It's a personalized plus group coaching program. And for my 2024, not 2024, we're still in 2023. For the 2023 cohort, and it comes with a retreat, because like I think it's so important to be able to do this. All right. So you could have a nice program that includes a retreat. And there's also ways that you can get like sponsorship money, affiliate memberships. For example, let's say you do network marketing. A lot of my clients do network marketing. And, if they do an event, they do a retreat, they get people to enroll in the products. So that's recurring revenue. And you could also just have the next retreat. So my client, Christina, she's out in Venice Beach, California. She is literally promoting 2 retreats at the same time, Turks and Caicos and Bali. Turks and Caicos is in December, Bali's in March. And she has people that want to go to both. And so we strategized a bundle for both. And she got her first participant actually yesterday. So we're super excited. So this is what we've covered, right? How a retreat can help you elevate your wellness, profit by the thousands, creating the perfect retreat that aligns with your business goals, setting up the right price for your retreat, attracting your ideal customers by crafting the perfect curriculum, and setting up your retreat to be part of your bigger 6-figure business. Number 5, I could probably do a whole training on like monetizing on the back end. But again, I only have your guys' time for so little. But picture this. That's me right there. And that's me right there. Okay. Like how cool. These are, again, memories that last a lifetime. It's not just an experience, they're memories. And memories that are going to leave legacy because you never know whose life you've changed. You never know. Unless they tell you. And what's great about, the way we work our business is that people usually tend to tell you. Like this person right here, this one, Megan, I was just out with her yesterday, her brand new baby. This retreat to Bali, she lost weight because she was on like a health journey. So she used that retreat to lose. She lost like 10 pounds over, the retreat was 8 days actually, but she lost like 10 pounds just by being healthy, eating different. She, had to do a lot of mindset work to get rid of bad habits. And this retreat was years and years ago, and we're still friends. She's one of my best friends now. Like, it's so cool. So I would love for you to be my next success story. I would love for you to lead a retreat where you say, oh my God, Ari, this woman who came to my retreat, like this is what happened. Or my God, Ari, I made five grand. Like whatever that definition of success is for you, I would love for you to let me guide you in that journey. And if it's okay, I want to tell you guys about my program because it might interest some of you, maybe all of you. And honestly, like, I don't know why you showed up today. And, maybe you were frustrated how your business is moving. Maybe you're looking for like, there's more. Maybe you've been seeing retreats be the rage and wondered if this can work for you, or again, maybe you just really like me, because why not? But retreats really, really rock, and they can transform your entire business and life. I believe that if you've been on this call up to now, you have what it takes to excel with retreats, and that you value your business and you value your vision as a leader. And this is something that you can get started with right now. And honestly, if there's one takeaway, right? Like, I've cracked the code to traveling, impacting, and making money. And it's a very replicable system. So the question is, how can you apply this system for leveraging the power of and profiting from retreats? Because you have a choice, right? You can do this the slow way. And the slow way doesn't mean it doesn't work, but that's trial and error. And you can take some of what I've given you here today, or you can do this quickly and use my Profitable Retreats program, because I give you everything, literally everything. So it's a complete step-by-step system. It's retreat building and maximizing program is designed to take you by the hand to lead fulfilling and profitable retreats. No missing steps, no confusion. And it's the most effective way to get from dream to launch. It has really clear modules. So it's a, at-home study system where we focus on retreat clarity, like really setting in your why, mindset of leadership, right clients, perfect experiences, big picture marketing models and systems, how to create the retreat, art of logistics, tools to set up the retreat. We go into the organization, the where and when, the details, packages and pricing, and then launching it. So apart from that, right, that has its own step-by-step module. Right, these courses and coaching give you the tools behind the whole process and what to do every single step of the way, because you don't want to do this alone. Okay? With knowledge, branding, done for you marketing tools, you have this be a great experience. Because look, you could do a retreat wrong and you could lose money. And that's the last thing we want. And do it right, you can make your retreats, trainings, and business be your best friends. Okay? Because making retreats be one way to maximize your career while offering transformation is a great way to show what you do best. So apart from the main course, the Profitable Retreats course, valued at $19.97, I also give you contracts, waivers, privacy policy, terms and conditions. So all that is done for you. Obviously, I'm not a lawyer, but your legal docs are at least really good, ready to go, that you can use over and over again. Then I also give you marketing emails. So these are pre-written email sequences that nurture and help you convert. They were written by a professional copywriter, so you can use those, plug and play, just change words. Then you get all my years of experience because like I said, it's a online plus we have live. So we have live coaching calls that go along with this program where you can pretty much, you can ask me about anything at the end of the day. So we get 5 live trainings and coachings valued at $3,000. Where we ask all your questions, whether you're setting up your ideal retreat, you can ask anything, as long as it's not inappropriate. But it's real-time feedback. You could share with me your marketing material. Like one of the live calls that we did in our last program, we went over their website. Their website was a hot mess and it wasn't clear. The font was hard to read. So even in one call, I was able to go in their website and just clean it up. So the girls are launching the retreat in October and they only have 2 spots left. So very exciting. And they did a retreat to Colorado, Christian yoga retreat to Colorado. This is Jessica. She hosted her first high-end entrepreneurial retreat. There were high-end executives coming to experience mindfulness and yoga. And we literally had to redo her whole schedule. She brought me her curriculum and we tore it apart and rebuilt it up. And then boom, they hired her again. So super, super, Jessica is now rocking and rolling. Not only that, not only do you get the retreat course, the contract waivers, privacy policy, you get marketing emails, the 5 live trainings, but then I also give you a suite of social media graphics. So if you're not a Canva, graphic designer, I know Jennifer is, I am, and I give you at least some templates to get you started. Then I give you a retreats roadmap, which this is where we get to nerd out. I give you a profit and loss statement, so you know exactly how much money you're making from the beginning, a tracker, an agenda planner, and a marketing day planner, agenda planner, and everything is in a very, very organized spreadsheet that you can use over and over and over again for all your retreats. Not only that, but, I give you the retreat and webinar sales funnels. This is something that, if you're looking to move into more of an online marketing space and really show up, different professional, I give you funnels and I give you a webinar training, how to lead a webinar, how to have an info session, what are the missing pieces, what are the steps, what is the framework? And that's valued at $3,500. And so it's just a click and install and we just plug and play. And then we have some bonuses that are only for this webinar. You get a one-on-one call with me. For those of you who decide to join me today, you get a private one-on-one call with me, valued at $500. where we can go over anything in your business, any strategies, any marketing. So that, like I said, is only for this webinar. You also get a Selling with Soul workshop on how to enroll people, how to present a $3,000, $5,000, even $1,000 package. This is a proven formula that's helped my clients bring in over $500,000 worth of sales, and it's helped me bring in over $1 million worth of sales into my business. So that is a huge bonus. That's probably priceless. And look, you get testimonials like this. This is Amy. She's come on 2 of my retreats. Megan's come on 2 of my retreats. Like, you get a lot of people that also just keep coming back, and you get, customers for life, which is pretty amazing. And Amy had huge transformation. Again, some testimonials, right? Like, the way that I support people isn't just in strategic, but it's, I don't know how to tell you guys, but I really care. Like, I really care. I want you to win. And look, like, you nailed everything on the head today. Wow, this is awesome. I have a lot of homework. And that's the goal, right? We want to transform your business. We want to make things feel a little bit either easier, simpler, right? Simpler, and more fun, more exciting. Okay, so you get this webinar lab workshop, another bonus. So one is the funnel, and then one is the workshop that I teach you how to lead a webinar. And this is, like I said, really, really powerful. And you can make a lot of money with webinars, a lot. And so the total value is about $12,891. And you will get everything you need to have a successful retreat. And you're like, now, wait, Ari, what? $12,841? Like, don't worry, I'm not going to charge you that. But that's the value. Like, literally, if I sold every single one of these things separately, if I sold my webinar course separately, if I did a one-on-one call separately, if I did, it would add up to this, because that's how much it is. If you want to go pay a copywriter to write you the email sequences, they would charge you anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 to $2,000, depending who it is. Okay. And think about this. If this course helped you maximize your profits, have the right strategy to make your magic real, have higher end offerings, make more money than teaching 100 one-on-one sessions a month, would a one-time payment of $12,841 be worth it? I mean, I would think so. But if this course gives you just bigger picture of what's possible, play bigger and show yourself of that bigger vision, would it be a worthy investment? Another testimonial. Let me play it quickly.
My experience with
I'll put it on 1.5 speed because she talks slow.
course was
Oh,
my experience with Ari's retreat course was unbelievable. I wouldn't know how to put it in words. It simplified my job, giving me the right tools and the right order to do the things that I had in mind. So it simplified the logistics and organization of the process of planning and executing a retreat. Thanks to that course, I learned the tricks and tips, especially since the beginning, envisioning the people that you want to attract, envisioning the type of retreat that you want to do, the name of it, and it really changed my perspective into planning retreats. I already planned one last year, went to Mallorca, Spain, for a women's retreat, and it was amazing. And I'm already going for the second, which is sold out already. Going to an eco adventure retreat, so totally different from the first one. I really, really enjoy the fact that I can travel and work and take people that I like, that I enjoy their energy with me, and give them tools, give them pleasure time, give them freedom of just thinking, of just being in nature, being away from the routine, and just enjoy. So it was really helpful. Thank you, Ari, and hopefully I'll keep planning more and more and more retreats. Thank you so much. I highly recommend it. Namaste.
and she's planned a ton of retreats. So I'll just cut to the chase. Thanks for those of you who are here. So Profitable Retreats course, contracts and waivers, marketing emails, Profitable Retreats roadmap, 5 live trainings, retreat sales funnel, plus the bonuses, the one-on-one retreat and business mapping call, the Selling with Soul workshop, and the webinar lab workshop. And so total value, like I said, $12,841, but today it's only $1,297, or 4 easy payments of $357. You get all this, you get the courses, and for as long as I'm in business. but pretty much that I feel like it's going to be for a very, very, very long time. So you get to keep this. You get the recordings of the live calls, and you get access to all this, and you can use over and over and over again. And so if you're ready for the potential of leading retreats, destination trainings, VIP days, all while being supported, I do invite you to join us and take the leap, right? Believe in yourself, and get it, because you might not get this done today, and tomorrow life is the same. Or you sign up, wake up, learn and apply the knowledge and skills to be part of that transformation. And you get also a 30 money back guarantee. And I just need to know that you did the work, right? You have to shown up at the live trainings, done the work, and submit a money back with proof. And it's not redeemable after your one-on-one call with me, just in case, don't get sneaky. So if you're wanting to join, I'll drop this in the chat. Where's the chat? There it is. Oops, I did it twice. There we go. And trust me, guys, like, I love what I do. I love to give you results. I love to support you. And not only that, but I mean, you can see testimonials. It's really, really powerful work that we get to do. So I would love to also stay on and answer some questions and support you. We can go on, what's it called? Off camera, or not off camera. You can be on camera. You can unmute yourself. So if you have questions about the program, if you have questions about the way that it works, and pick my brain for a few minutes, I'm happy to support you. And like I said, the link to join is in the chat. Let me see. I don't think it's a click and there we go. That should maybe be click. Yeah, that's clickable now, if it wasn't before. Nobody has questions? I mean, about anything? Use me. Okay, so if nobody has questions, there we go. And yes, okay, great, Jennifer, thank you. I'll follow up with you. I'll send you a message on the Facebook. I love that you're clear. Yeah, if you guys got any aha moments, if you want to even drop them in the chat, absolutely, let me know. Thank you. Thank you for the pep talk. Absolutely. No worries. And I would love to know, is anybody planning a retreat? Yes, I'll connect with you outside of this as well. And what's the best way to connect with you outside of this? Because I know you're on your studio, Kelly. I can also find you. Let me stop the recording.